Hello everyone, this is going to be the warm-up for the lower body focus routine. So let's get started. We're going to start off working from the feet. So I want to sit in kind of a Caesar position. The key with this one is so that the knees don't take all the pressure from the floor. We actually want the heels to bow outwardly so that the fascia of our tibialis in front of our shin actually takes some of that force. So heels pointing outwardly, and just hang out here. You can take this as a moment to breathe in, meditate, mentally prepare yourself. About 15 more seconds. Good. Then we're going to get some big toe extension. So driving all the toes on the floor as much as we can. Then we're just going to sit into this position and relax. If you want to get more of a stretch, you can put your hand on your heel and kind of alternate, shifting your body weight from one side to the other. And just try to get all of your toes driving down. Sometimes the pinky toes can be stubborn, so you can kind of lift it up and then push and just sink into it. And breathe. And good. Now to integrate and make this foot activation more dynamic, hands are going to go on the floor. We're going to kind of sit into our feet a little bit and then push off our toes to come forward. So sinking down, getting that good eccentric loading, and then push off the feet. And you can move very slowly if that feels like too much. Knees can stay on the ground and you can kind of just very gently move. But just make sure that the intention is you're pushing off the floor with your feet. So this should be pretty good burn in the intrinsic muscles. This is the more advanced version. And good. We're going to go right into a deep squat. Feet relatively pointing forward. It's natural for some people's feet to turn out as you drop into a squat. But try and keep them facing relatively forward. And just find that position that feels good for you. I'm going to hang out here in the squat for a moment. Big breath in. On the exhale, go and extend your legs. Hang out here for a moment. Big breath in. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Try and keep your knees in line with the second and third toes. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. About 3 more. And good. We're going to widen the feet a little bit. And try to get more into the inner thighs, adductors. Grabbing the outside of the ankles. Dropping the hips down. And I'm actually using my elbows to push my knees out to get the maximal stretch. And just gentle pulses forward from the groin. Very gentle pulses. We're not bouncing into it. Very gentle. Extend the legs. And and back down. Keep your breath steady here. And good. Then we're gonna go into hip rotations, or 90-90s. They're called 90-90s because we're trying to get the hip, the knee, and the foot in a nice 90-degree angle, along with the back foot as well. So just make sure we're not too turned in or too out like that. Gonna start with this back hip. You can have your hand on your hip so you can feel the TFL muscles firing with this hip internal rotation. We're gonna get started though. So we're driving this knee into the ground and try and lift up this heel, just like that. Just a nice squeeze at the top. 4, 5. It's normal to cramp here. If you find yourself cramping, just kind of straighten this leg and breathe through it. Otherwise, keep going. Good. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. So hand on the knee for a little bit of resistance. Squeezing this glute to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it. And 10. And then we're going to sink into this back hip. So shifting our weight backwards so that all the tension is in this hip internal rotators. Once again, making sure we are in a nice 90-degree position here. And I'll show you another angle. It's just like this. Just shifting the weight back. If you want to make it dynamic, you can gently rotate into that hip socket. Hanging out here for 15 to 20 seconds total. And good. And then since we're already in this position, we're going to go ahead and just work on the external rotation of the front hip. These are called piriformis push-ups. We're driving this knee towards the ground, using our hands for assistance, and slowly stretching into this outer hip, and then driving that knee into the ground to come back up. I'll show you a side angle of what that looks like. Stretching, 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 drive. Stretching, drive. Use your hands as much as you need to so that you feel this hip working instead of using the spine to come up like that. It's all in the hips. And about 10 of these is good, so we'll do 5 more. And good. Switching to the other side. 90-90s. Starting with that back hip again. Into hip internal rotation. So hands go on the hip. Lifting that foot up and down. If you want to really challenge yourself, stay more upright. Oh yeah. If it's too hard, lean more forward and you're going to get a lot more range of motion there. Try to find that middle ground to where it's challenging enough to do at least 10. Good. Going the opposite way. Squeeze. Control the way down. Squeeze and down. And 10. And then sinking into this back hip again. Once again, if you want to make it dynamic, you can do slight rotations from this back hip. Rotate. And it's initiating from these hip rotators. So I'm not just rotating my torso, coming from the hip. Or you can just sink back. Good. And then doing the piriformis push-ups for this hip now. So driving this knee down, chest up, using the hands for assistance, stretching, 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 and then squeeze that glute, drive the knee, bam, let's come back up. Use the hands as much as you need to to really activate those hips. From another view. Three more. And 10. Good. Then we're going to just rock the hips back and forth. So make sure we are using the muscles. We don't want to just be using momentum like that. Move very slowly. Try to get both knees to the ground. Slowly shifting. You can use the hands for balance. And good. Then we're going to do downward dog to the world's greatest stretch. So starting in the downward dog position, really pushing those hips up as high as you can, driving the heels towards the floor, squeezing that shoulders. You can kind of gently pulse from the heels, warming up the calves, hamstrings. And when you're ready, one foot's going to come forward. We're going to do some split squat pulses here, so keep this back glute engaged. We're going to pulse forward for 1, 2, 3. If that's too much, you can keep that knee down. 4, 5. Then we're going to take this inside elbow, drop it down, and then rotate out for 1, 2, 3. Back into a downward dog. Get those hips up, nice and high. Gentle heel pulse. Other foot comes forward. Back into the split squat pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbow goes on the inside, sinking down, rotating out. Try to use the hips as you're rotating, so those glutes should be nice and active on this leg right here. 3, back into downward dog. Right leg comes forward. Split squat pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop that elbow. 1, 2, 3. Downward dog. Left leg comes forward. Split squat pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop that elbow. 1, 2, 3. Downward dog again for the last time. Here you can kind of just hang out, pulsing the hamstrings, pulsing the heels, pushing the shoulders into the ground, wherever feels good. Make sure you're breathing. And good. And that's it. You should be all warmed up, ready for a lower body workout. Great job.